What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, keeping you up to date on all the latest pro wrestling news. Today we're talking the big highlights coming out of AEW Full Gear pay-per-view, brand new champions, WWE canceling a storyline that they just started, CM Punk mocks John Cena and explain why he did it, and more. So hit those notifications and let's get into it. AEW Full Gear pay-per-view was a long pay-per-view. That is the first thing I want to point out. I feel like they should keep it at 7 matches. But to be fair, it was a stocked up card and every single match in it was awesome. Let's go ahead and talk some of those quick highlights. So to start off, of course, the big thing that went down, we had Hangman Adam Page finally becoming AEW World Champion as he defeated Kenny Omega in the main event. We actually had the Young Bucks coming out and kind of giving Hangman Adam Page the nod of approval to go ahead and put an end to Kenny Omega's title reign. This was basically the opposite of what happened when we first got Kenny versus Hangman Adam Page. As the Young Bucks instead sided with Kenny Omega this time around, they gave the approval to Hangman Adam Page, which now should be interesting to see where this leads Kenny Omega. Will we get a babyface for him while the Young Bucks remain heel, or would they still be the Elite? Because clearly Kenny is gonna question the Young Bucks after what happened. Another big moment, we had Jay Lethal signing with AEW. He is the first Ring of Honor superstar to jump to AEW following Ring of Honor releasing their full roster. Jay Lethal indicated that he would not be at Final Battle. He is now fully signed with AEW and his first matchup is going to be coming at AEW Dynamite this coming week as he challenged Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. We got the finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Bryan Danielson taking on Miro. Hard-hitting matchup between the two, but in the end, Bryan Danielson picked up the victory, so he is #1 contender. We don't know exactly when that matchup is going to be going down. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be at AEW's Dynamite big event that they have at the beginning of December in New York. That event is going to be like Grand Slam 2.0, so that could be the date for it. It's worth mentioning that afterwards during the media talk, Bryan Danielson indicated that he does not think Hangman Adam Page is going to be holding that AEW championship for too long. So he called him out. He laid out the challenge already. With so many matches going down at the event, I'm not really surprised that today we're getting reports of some superstars being injured, but hopefully it's nothing severe. At least 2 AEW wrestlers were injured last night at Full Gear, according to WrestlingNews.co. Despite being advertised to appear, both Eddie Kingston and Malachi Black missed today's big event convention in New York City, and the reason given was that these superstars were not able to make it to the event because of injuries suffered at the pay-per-view last night. It is unclear how severe this injury are. We did saw Malachi Black teaming with Andrade, having a matchup against Pac and Cody Rhodes, and Eddie Kingston of course fought against CM Punk, and that was a brutal fight. Talking about CM Punk, during his matchup, he took a bit of a dig at John Cena. And it looks like Punk just wanted to mess with the fans so they could have something to talk about. While speaking during the post-media for AEW Full Gear, CM Punk talked about this moment and why he did it. Why he did the whole John Cena 5-knuckle shuffle situation, but instead he turned it into the middle finger. He stated the following: "I have one boss when I'm in the ring, and I often like to say I have no boss when I'm in the ring. But the truth is, it is the people, and I listen to them. Sometimes I go with the flow, and sometimes I take it places. Regardless of the 7-year gap, I've been doing this for a minute. To me, it's fun just to F with people. That's the whole juice for me. It's getting different reaction and kind of getting to play with that. 16 years ago today, we lost Eddie Guerrero, and I just thought, man, I'm wrestling a dude tonight named Eddie. How great it is going to be when I hear them chanting for Eddie. In my head, I'm just going to be thinking about Eddie Guerrero. So I get to play with emotions and stuff like that because I feel they're chanting for Eddie. I'll go ahead and give them 3 amigos. Is that not what you want?" So clearly the Eddie Guerrero thing was a tribute. The John Cena thing was simply to mess with the fans, as CM Punk stated. He just wanted that extra reaction that he knows he was gonna get. And obviously this is CM Punk just mocking John Cena in a good way. way, CM Punk has never said anything disrespectful about John Cena. It almost feels like they have some type of respect regardless of what happened in the past in WWE. So those are some big highlights of what went down on AEW Full Gear. Switching it over to WWE and some extra news to talk about there. Looks like WWE canceled a storyline for Ali that was deemed to be too controversial. A couple of weeks ago, a storyline began on SmackDown where Ali told the fan that the only reason why they don't like him and they booed him is because of his name. Because his name is Mustafa Ali. Ali noted on Twitter that the storyline has been cancelled, and apparently it's because it was too controversial, and it is unclear whether this was a call by WWE management or Fox Network. Ali tweeted out the following: "A few weeks ago, I made a statement that was deemed controversial. My intentions were to bring a beautiful vision to life. Unfortunately, for reasons beyond my control, I won't be able to make that vision a reality, but I can share with you what could have been." Ali included a video of what he planned to say on future episodes of SmackDown, all of it which was related to America accepting him, regardless of his name and so on. Ali said that he has to prove that he belongs here even though he was born in the United States of America, and he has to be aware of everything that he wears just to not be suspicious. He went on to say in the video that he can't fix the problem in America, but he will overcome, and he plans on launching a campaign for a new America where it is you that looks suspicious and you who does not belong here. So all of that seems to have been the plan that would have played out over the next couple of weeks, and I could definitely see why WWE canceled the storyline. The last bit of news that we are talking about is in regards to the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, as even though he is about to break a record holding that Universal Championship, there was one of his streak that ended on Friday night, because after 600 plus days, Roman Reigns has finally lost a match. Sure, he didn't get pinned, but it was still a loss. This was a disqualification loss, as Xavier Woods won because the Uso interfered in the match. Regardless, the loss marked his first loss as a singles wrestler in 698 days. We gotta see if WWE is going to address all of this. They could choose to ignore it because this is Roman Reigns taking a loss by disqualification. It's not that big of a deal. He didn't get pinned, he didn't get submitted. He's pretty much still technically undefeated on that front for the past 2 years. But this could play into storyline, and it could lead into King Woods pointing it out and ultimately earning an opportunity at the Universal title and be lined up as another opponent for Roman. Anyways guys, that is what I got for you on this roundup. Make sure to leave a like on the video. We got an announcement coming up, so stay tuned for that and hit those notifications, because it might be time to shake things up a bit.